What's going on YouTube? Cryptomining here again. Thanks for tuning in to the Cryptomining channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to solo mine with the Raspberry Pi and basically play a crypto lottery using low wattage, so you're not using very much power at all, but you still have a chance at solving that block all on your own and getting that 6.25 Bitcoin reward. Now, let's get this video started. I'd also like to add that if you do not know the difference between pool mining and solo mining, please refer to my solo mining versus pool mining video. Step 1. Hardware list. Okay, first of all, I'm going to go through everything you need in order to do this. Now, I will have links to all these items in the description below as well. First thing you'll need is the Raspberry Pi, preferably the newest one, the Raspberry Pi 4. You will need one or more of these USB Bitcoin stick miners. Of course, the more you have, the better your chances are, but not much of a chance versus all the mining factories around the world. But theoretically, it's still possible, and it has happened 2 times last year in 2022. The next things you'll need is some type of fan or something to go on that USB stick miner to keep it cool, okay? Next thing, you will need a USB hub. Now, you have to make sure that it is 3.0 USB hub, because that means it is 3 amps. Now, if you have anything less than that, it will not let the USB stick miner get as much mega hash as it possibly can, okay? Now, with this USB dock thing here, we need to make sure it is one that has its own separate power cable that plugs into the wall and not getting power from the Raspberry Pi, okay? Last but not least, you will need an SD card to put in your Raspberry Pi. I believe a minimum of 32 gigs to get that up and going. If you're gonna get real crazy with it and get several of these USB stick miners, I might suggest getting this USB hub instead. I'll also link this in the description below. Step 2, acquire a digital wallet. So you need to open the iTunes App Store or Google Play and download Trust Wallet. Once you open Trust Wallet for the first time, it's either going to make you create a security key or it's going to provide one for you. What your security key is your access to your wallet. Never share this with anyone, and make sure you save a copy of these words in exact order. Once you have that set up, you're going to go ahead and go into your wallet. If Bitcoin is not added to your wallet, click the button on the top right inside the app and search for Bitcoin. Once you find it, turn it on, and you now have the Bitcoin wallet added to your Trust Wallet. Go down to it, click on it, and then click receive. Copy this address and send it over to your Pi via email. This is your public address, which you would give to someone to send you Bitcoin. This is the address we will use in the BAT file for the miner. Step 3. From a Windows PC, install the Raspberry Pi operating system to the SD card. So you're either going to need one of these SATA to USB converters or an SD card reader like this. Now typically when using a Raspberry Pi, you're going to use an SD card. Once you have the SD card that you're going to be using in the Raspberry Pi, go ahead and put it in the SD card reader plugged into your Windows PC. Open an internet browser and go to the address bar and type download Raspberry Pi OS and click enter. It's usually the first one that's listed. Go ahead and click that and then scroll down on their page and click download for Windows. Once you have this downloaded, it should be in your downloads folder. Navigate to the downloads folder and open the Imager setup wizard that you just downloaded. Click install, and now click finish. It's very easy. Just click choose your operating system. You're going to choose the very top one that has the Raspberry Pi 32-bit operating system. Then choose your storage. It should be only showing the SD card. Once you have that selected, click write. It's going to ask you if it's okay to wipe the data from the drive. Go ahead and click yes. Fast forward mode. If this pops up, hit cancel. Do not hit format disk. Step 4. Put the SD card in the Raspberry Pi and boot up your Pi. Go ahead and take the SD card out and put it into your Raspberry Pi and boot your Pi up. It's going to go to that blue screen possibly, maybe not. Either way, it should boot up like it's supposed to. After it boots up, we're going to go through the setup. You're going to click Next. You're going to select your country, your language, time zone, and then if you use English language or the US keyboard layout. Click Next, fast forward. Now go ahead and put your username and password in. Right here, you're going to adjust your monitor. Just click and see which one fits better in your screen. If you're going to be using Wi-Fi, this is where you need to set that up. I'm hardwired in, so I'm going to skip. Download and updates. And once it's done downloading updates, it's going to reboot. Once the Pi boots up to the desktop for the first time, move on to the next step. Step 5. Install cgminer and USB stick miner drivers to the Pi. At this point, you should have the Raspberry Pi up and running on the desktop. For this step, I'd suggest copying the commands I have listed in the description below and sending them to yourself in an email. Then hop onto your Raspberry Pi and go to the internet browser. Open your email and copy the commands and paste them into the text editor right here. If you move this over using a Word document or anything like that, make sure that you copy it into the text editor. I ran into an issue where the commands were not wanting to paste correctly into the terminal unless it was from the text editor. Check the screen and be sure the way your commands are spaced apart match the way mine are laid out. This is the way they must go into the terminal. Copy the first command and paste it into the terminal and then press enter. This ensures everything is up to date on the Pi. Copy the second command and paste it into the terminal and then press enter. I believe this is a USB driver. Copy the third command and paste it into the terminal and then press enter. This downloads cgminer from the website and opens the cgminer folder within the terminal. Copy the fourth command and paste it into the terminal and then press enter. This installs the drivers for the USB stick miner. Finally, type sudo make install and then press enter. After that, type cd and press enter. This makes the terminal exit the cgminer folder. Step 6. Run cgminer for the first time. The solo pool that we will be using today is ckpool. You can use any pool that you wish. You just have to check on their site and see how to set the bat file up correctly, like we are doing here. Earlier in the video, you downloaded Trust Wallet. Copy and paste your public Bitcoin address and send it to yourself in an email, and swap your wallet address out with this one right here. Now copy and paste the entire line into the terminal and press enter. Give yourself a pat on the back. You are officially solo mining, my friend. To confirm everything is working correctly, check the terminal and you should see that you are accepting shares now. Also, check the mega hash rate right here and it should be going up until it levels off. Don't run off just yet. There's still one more step to make things easier. In this final step, we are going to make a shell script. What this will do is make a desktop icon that you can simply click on to run the miner instead of pasting that command with your wallet address each time you power your Pi on. Final step. Create a shell script for cgminer. Once again, all these commands will be listed in the description below. In the terminal, type mkdir space bin and press enter. Next, type ls and press enter. Now type cd space bin and press enter. Now that the bin folder is open in the terminal, type nano space mine and press enter. Once you're in here, type or paste #, exclamation mark, /bin, /bash. Go down 2 spaces and type # space solo space mine. Go down 2 more spaces and again paste the command with your Bitcoin address into this spot. After that, hit Ctrl X to save. Press Y to confirm that you do want to save and then click enter. Now you should be back in the terminal. The next step is to give yourself permission to run the script. Type ls space -l. Then you want to type chmod space u +x space mine and press enter. To check if you did this correctly, once again type ls-l and press enter, and you should now see the word mine in green, which means you now have permission to run the shell script you just created. To test your bat file, type /mine and click enter. cgminer should now be running. You should be good to go. After this is all finished, close out the miner and open the folders up here and select the bin folder. Inside the bin folder is your shell script you created called mine. Move it to the desktop like so, and then all you need to do is simply click the file and click execute in terminal, and then you're off to the races. I want to thank you guys for clicking on my video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer those as quick as possible. We'll see you guys next time. Kryptonite Miner out.